Characters often take action to show their personalities, like saving others, fighting enemies, or improving their skills. But sometimes what characters refuse to do defines them even more than what they actually do. Hey, my name's Ellie. Today we are going to explore the refusal in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and see how it shapes the characters. And here's a spoiler warning for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. When we talk about character development, we usually mention change, like growth or corruption. But change doesn't mean a character needs to become a completely different person by the end of their journey. Instead, they should ideally become a better version of themselves. They need to overcome their flaws, but they don't have to ditch their original traits. Those traits are what we love about them and help us forgive their temporary shortcomings. So, characters should have an arc while staying consistent, ideally rooted in the initial qualities that made them popular at the beginning of the story, like Edward's compassion or Roy's commitment to justice. And refusal helps maintain that consistency. For instance, Edward loses his brother's body due to the forbidden alchemy, which drives him to find a way to restore it. Throughout the story, he sticks to a no-killing principle, shaping him into someone who values life. This also foreshadows the ending, when he's willing to give up alchemy to save his brother. But no-killing isn't super hard, it just means showing mercy in battle. So why does this principle make Edward's character stand out more in Brotherhood and deepen the audience sympathy? It's because the author constantly puts Edward in tough situations, making each refusal to kill increasingly challenging. Let's check out how Brotherhood tests Edward while 3 techniques, making his refusals highlighting his character and determination. At the beginning of the story, Edward's goal is to find the Philosopher's Stone because he can restore his brother's body. It's everything for Edward early on. It's his only hope, and he even becomes a pawn of the military to find it. But as the story unfolds, Edward discovers a harsh truth. The Philosopher's Stone is made from human lives, and using it means sacrificing some souls. Ultimately, Edward gives up on fighting the stone and seeks other ways to restore his brother. This is the first cost of refusal. His brother's body remains unrecoverable. This also carries a heavy emotional weight. Edward has placed all his hopes on Philosopher's Stone, and giving up means his dreams are shattered, forcing him to start over. This refusal not only shows Edward's respect for life, but also highlights his courage to begin anew. By the end of the story, the stakes get even higher. His brother sacrifices his soul to save Edward. When others suggest using the Philosopher's Stone to get back his soul, Edward still refuses, even though he risks losing his brother entirely. It's clear that the costs in the story keep rising, and each time the cost gets him closer to his deepest inner defenses. Losing his brother's body doesn't seem fatal at first. After all, the suit of armor looks pretty cute. But losing his soul gets closer to Edward's deepest psychological defenses, making the situation much more serious. However, Edward's refusal shows us his principle. He doesn't just value his brother's life, he values all lives equally. This is the effect of increasing the cost of refusal. It makes the character's decision more difficult. But if a character still chooses to refuse, their convictions become more precious, and the principles they uphold can persuade others instead of just being empty ideals. However, not all choices are as life and death as the ones mentioned above. Therefore, Brotherhood employs another completely opposite technique, making yes tempting. Brotherhood often puts characters in ambiguous situations where not refusing seems like the right choice. For example, when Edward finds out that Tucker turns his own daughter into a chimera, he's absolutely furious. But when he was reminded, if you keep punching, you might kill Tucker, he chooses to stop. Logically and emotionally, Tucker deserves to die, but Edward refuses to take his life. Later on, the ambiguity escalates. There is a villain named Envy, and many viewers hate him for killing a beloved character and often disguising himself as allies to deceive and insult the main characters. Eventually, Envy gets cornered, and Roy wants to kill Envy to avenge his friend. Throughout this arc, viewers sympathize with Roy and genuinely wants Envy dead. Yet Edward still doesn't take action, even stopping Roy from killing Envy to prevent him from falling into hatred. Winry faces the similar situation. Confronted by Scar, the man who killed her father, she has every reason to seek revenge, but she refuses to take Scar's life, even though it deeply pains her. While these refusals might seem frustrating, they are crucial turning points in character development. In these moral ambiguous moments, viewers feel the emotional tension. We want the characters to cross their lines and kill the despicable enemies, yet the characters remain steadfast. This leads us to reflect. Why do they refuse to do what the audience hopes for? What qualities do they possess that allow them to say no? What insights can we gain from their refusals? And that is the magic of a great story. It sparks reflection in the audience and inspires us to weave the insight gained from it into the very fabric of our daily lives. By making violence a logical choice, refusal becomes a moral revelation, not just a quirk. A character's refusal signifies that in a murky, tempting situation, they choose a more challenging path, which needs a stronger will to resist the lure of not refusing. This willpower is the key to earn respect. And to create this ambiguous context, the author used another technique, making refusal exceptional. When everyone else acts, Edward doesn't. This is where his uniqueness shines through. Take the Philosopher's Stone again. By the story's climax, it has become a common tool. Many characters use it without hesitation, leading viewers to stop seeing it as a source of evil and even regard it as something normal like a sword. Killing is similar. Many have died in war according to the backstory, and characters don't hesitate to take lives. Yet Edward refuses to engage in these everyday actions, making him seem disconnected from the world, even a bit foolish. But this actually highlights his strong core. Does he really have to do what others think is right? This somewhat alien quality is exactly why he is the main character. A person who just goes with the flow is likely to stay unnoticed, while someone who stays true to themselves can overcome challenges and embark on adventures. The various techniques in Brotherhood turn refusal into a powerful option. Characters refuse many things, holding on to their inner convictions, but this also forces them to face greater challenges. Yet these struggles lead to character growth. They may seem to move slowly, but when they reach the end, they have transformed while still holding on to their pure soul. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.